Hello everyone, my name is Marianne Saavedra. I'm the director of the Center on the Hill, and it is time for the answers to rounds 5 through 8 of Quizzle and Scaterbrainz. If you've been playing along at home, I said, I post the answers every 4 rounds. So these are the answers for rounds 5 through 8. Here we go. Question 1. Which of the following statements is false? The closest living relative of the Tyrannosaurus Rex is the chicken. The record for the most eggs laid in one day by a chicken is 34 eggs, or there are more chickens than people in the world. One of those statements is false, and if you said the record for the most eggs laid by a chicken is 34 eggs, you would be correct. That is false. The record is actually 7. Not nearly as interesting. 7 eggs, that's the record. Question 2. The food Spam got its name from which of the following phrases? Is it shaved pork and ham? Is it spiced ham? Is it silly putty and hummus? Well, let's hope it's not silly putty and hummus. Oh, good, it's not. It's spiced ham. Got its name from spiced ham. Spam. Question 3. True or false? In 1939, Ernest Vincent Wright wrote a book that was 50,000 words called Gadsby, written entirely with words that do not have the letter E in them. That sounds like a really difficult task, and it actually happens to be true. Question 4. If having only one match on a freezing winter day, you entered a room which contained a lamp, a kerosene heater, and a wood-burning stove, which should you light first? If you didn't say the match, you're going to be real cold. It's the match. Light the match first. And our 2 Scatterbrainz categories for that round were ways to cook eggs. Oh, so many. Poached, fried, scrambled, boiled, hard-boiled, soft-boiled. Okay, those are pretty much all the ones I can think of. But if you thought of more, I gave you a point for every one. And the other one was films with an animal in the title. Oof. Yeah, that's much harder. Nope, because Charlotte's Web is about a spider, but it doesn't have an animal in the title. Gosh. I can't actually think of any. Hopefully you did better than me. All right, that was round 1. I'm sorry, that was round 5. Round 1 of these. Round 5, so now round 6. Here we go. Question 1. Which of the following is the closest to the true meaning of the word flapdoodle? Is it a pancake? Is it trivial artwork? Is it absolute nonsense? Or is it the ability to farm alone without a child in the middle of a barren wasteland? It's absolute nonsense. Much like the name, Flapdoodle, absolute nonsense. Question 2. During a football game, the player at which position touches the ball on more plays than any other position, or any other player, I should say. Let me try that again. During a football game, the player at which position touches the ball on more plays than any other player? I genuinely wish I watched more football. I do not. But it's the center, which I guess kind of makes sense now that I think about it. The center touches the ball the most. Question 3. Name the 8 planets of the solar system in the order of their distance from the sun. If you said Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, you are correct. Notice they left Pluto off of there. This is whole debate. Is Pluto a planet? Sometimes it's a planet, sometimes it's not a planet. Nobody can make up their minds. It's not on this list. If you put Pluto after Neptune, though, I'm still giving you that point. Question 4. Which of the following statements is false? A hairless zebra is entirely black. Mosquitoes prefer blondes over brunettes. Elephants are not afraid of mice. Infant beavers are called kits. Well, A is false. Zebras remain black and white even when shaved. I would hope so. And our 2 Scatterbrainz categories that round were fast food restaurants, Wendy's, Arby's, McDonald's. I guess Shake Shack is kind of a fast food restaurant. Taco Bell, Checkers, Sonic. Back in my day, there was Carl's Jr. Hardee's. Love me some Hardee's. Roy Rogers. You can't find those hardly anymore. Those are all the ones I can think off the top of my head, but I gave you 1 point for all the ones you could come up with. And our second category for that round was non-living things that can fly. So like paper airplanes, rubber bands if you flick them. What else could there be? Oh, those little like helicopter-y leaves. from trees that fall and they fly around. Those are crazy. They fly. Oh, or those, what's that little like weed that you blow and they all blow all over the place? Those fly. I'm not sure if those count, but I'd say they count. So every correct answer you sent me in that category, I gave you a point. All right, then we had round 7. Round 7's questions were, in 1989, the World Series was interrupted by an earthquake. The San Francisco Giants were playing what team? If you said they were playing the Oakland Athletics, you were correct. Really? I didn't even know that was the name of a team, but there you have it. Question 2. The papyrus plant contributed to the origins of what everyday material? Hopefully you said paper, because it's paper. Question 3. Of the 1.75 million known living plant and animal species, about how many are insects? Is it 100,000, 500,000, 1 million, or 1.5 million? Well, of the 1.75 million known living plant and animal species, insects make up 1 million of them. It's a lot of insects. And finally, question 4. A recently discovered woolly mammoth carcass, frozen for more than 20,000 years, gives scientists the DNA samples needed to clone this extinct Ice Age animal. Is that true or false? It's actually false. The repeated freezing and thawing over the ages damaged the DNA. The only pristine DNA can be used for cloning. Whew, thank goodness, we're not cloning a woolly mammoth. That was round 7, and our 2 topics for categories. I can't talk today. Scatterbrainz in that round was foods that start with the letter C, like Canadian bacon, or cake, or chickpeas. Those are some birds that start with C, foods that start with C. And then the other category was authors. Whew. Wow, so many. J.K. Rowling, for one, Dan Brown, a couple other ones. Who wrote 1984? George Orwell, right? Yes. Hemingway was an author. If I think Carter, I can think of a lot more. Hopefully you did too. And finally, round 8 answers for Quizzle. Sorry, gotta get my cards all squared away. There we go. Question 1, which of the following animals actually exists? Is it a pink elephant, a pink dolphin, a pink cobra, a pink hippo, or a pink lion? Well, in all actuality, there's just a pink dolphin, which I did not know. Learned something new today. Question 2, if you have 2 United States coins that total 15 cents and one of them is not a nickel, which 2 coins do you have? Well, you have a dime and a nickel, because one of them is not a nickel, but the other one is a dime and a nickel. Question 3. The baseball player with the most career strikeouts, the actress that starred in the 1998 film You've Got Mail, and the lead character in Tom Clancy's book The Hunt for Red October all share the same last name. What is it? It's Ryan. That's Nolan Ryan, who's a baseball player. Meg Ryan is an actress, and the book character is Jack Ryan. Question 4. Which of the 2 following are actual animal hybrids? A zedonk, which is a cross between a zebra and a donkey, an alligator, which is a cross between an alligator and a turtle, a girantelope, a cross between a giraffe and an antelope, or a liger, a cross between a lion and a tiger. So 2 of those are actual animals. And if you said a zedonk and a liger, you'd be correct. I had no idea a zedonk was a thing, but apparently you can cross a zebra and a donkey and you get a zedonk. I'm sad that there's no alligator. I'd love to see that. And our 2 categories for round 8, Scatterbrainz, was types of insects that most people find annoying. Oh, cicadas, can't stand cicadas, ants, gnats, centipedes, those other, like they call them eyelash bugs, but I don't know what their real name is. They've got the weird like long legs and they like hang out in your bathroom because they like water. Can't stand those bugs. Oh, pill bugs. I mean, I liked them more as I got older, but when I was younger, I really hated those little pill bugs that roll up. And anyway, lots of bugs, insects that I find annoying. So 1 point for everyone you could list. And the second category was things found in nature that are blue. This one was a little bit harder. because I couldn't remember the name of some of the flowers that I've seen that are blue. There's also some kinds of fungus that's blue, and coral that can be blue underwater, but it's hard to tell if it's actually blue or if that's just like the reflection of the sun and the water. But I give you a point for everything you came up with, things found in nature that are blue. So those were our answers to rounds 5 through 8. We just started round 9 today, and I'll post those answers after the next 4 rounds. So thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.